Welcome back. U.S. employers added 390,000 jobs in May as the labor market continues to grow. The total less than April, but still better than what many were expecting. But inflation remains top of mind for many people. It's at a near 40-year high. And on top of that, there are concerns we could be headed for a recession. National correspondent Mara Sirianni is here in studio tonight. And Mara, the White House is painting a more positive outlook of things.
Well, Jay, first of all, like you mentioned, on one hand, you have the labor market, which is absolutely booming. The latest jobs report we just mentioned, the unemployment rate stayed at 3.6% in May, and that is near a historic low. But then on the other hand, Americans can't ignore the steep price of essentials like food and gas, straining just about everyone's budget. American families paying the price of inflation.
The grocery prices and the inflation and the things going up, and it's hard.
Sunday on ABC, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg said the Biden administration is working to strengthen the supply chain and increase capacity amid steep inflation.
Well, look, the president's made clear that inflation is his top economic priority, and he's laid out a very clear strategy for doing that. Treasury
Secretary Janet Yellen acknowledging this week that the administration misjudged the inflation threat.
I think I was wrong then about the path that inflation would take. As I mentioned, there have been unanticipated and large shocks to the economy.
Across the country, drivers are paying an average of $4.85 per gallon, with at least 9 states averaging more than $5. An analyst with Gas Buddy warns we could see $5 nationally by mid-June.
The national averages continue to go up. Over the last couple of weeks, as you've noticed, every state seeing a big jump in price.
Recession fears loom as well. Former Democratic Treasury Secretary Larry Summers worries the combination of low unemployment and high inflation means a recession is almost certain within the next 2 years.
There's every reason for the American people to feel confident that we'll meet these challenges.
Despite the president's optimism,
that hurricane is right out there down the road coming our way.
A number of CEOs addressing whether the Fed can cool inflation without causing a recession. Tesla CEO Elon Musk said in an email to executives Thursday he has a, quote, super bad feeling about the economy, adding the electric car maker needs to cut about 10% of jobs. President Biden dismissing Musk's stark warning of a potential recession. Now, you look at the current inflation rate, it is at 8.3%. That's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We should get a new number on Friday, but we heard Buttigieg say the president has proposed really a number of options to help improve the economy that could be passed by Congress. He says that includes lowering the cost of insulin, child care, and housing, arguing measures like that could immediately help some Americans who have been struggling and continue to struggle.
Yeah, and this is proving to be one of the toughest challenges for the administration going into the November midterms, and the public's perception of President Biden is not very good on this issue.
Gotta be his top priority.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Thanks, Mark.